Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, August 4th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 667 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. A year after the Beirut blast and things are so bad in Lebanon, even the bears are suffering. Colorado woman who shot alleged intruder now faces attempted murder charge, police say. Tokyo Olympics, Taiwan stars trolled by Chinese nationalists. Biden swipes at DeSantis, other GOP governors who resist COVID rules, get out of the way. Texas Democratic Rep Al Green and state lawmaker arrested at Capitol voting rights protest. Sailor who hated Navy torched $1.2 billion assault ship, warrant. Pro skateboarder Terry Kennedy charged with first-degree murder after alleged victim dies from injuries. Virginia COVID patient goes from invincible to hospital bed vaccine advocate. Los Angeles Police Department responds to viral TikTok showing heavily armed law enforcement in front of unhoused encampment on Venice Beach. Disney's new annual pass system does not bring the real magic, vaccination requirements. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Sky Brown, how 13-year-old British skateboarder was urged on to bronze by gold medal winner Sakura Suzumi, CNN. A year after the Beirut blast, survivors are still grieving, still angry, and still waiting for justice, CNN. Los Angeles fans give Houston Astros not-so-warm welcome at Dodger Stadium, ESPN. Offspring drummer, I was kicked out of the band for refusing coronavirus vaccine, HuffPost. Olympics 2021, Sydney McLaughlin and Dalila Muhammad's 400 hurdles duel lived up to the hype, ESPN. UK Maritime Authority says alleged Iranian hijacking over, vessel is secure, Haaretz. New theory, Earth's longer days kick-started oxygen growth, KSL.com. Ohio Democratic primary election, Shontel Brown defeats progressive Nina Turner, The Guardian. Titanic Museum ice wall collapse injures 3 in Tennessee, NBC News. Oppo announces next generation under-display selfie camera, The Verge. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Simone Biles reveals her aunt unexpectedly died during the Tokyo Olympics. Chris Cuomo fails to even mention brother's sexual harassment scandal in hour-long show. Don Jr. receives a blunt reminder about dad after clueless attack on Biden. As coronavirus rages in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis melts down over ice cream. Jennifer Aniston reveals how she's tackling unvaccinated people in her orbit. Offspring drummer, I was kicked out of the band for refusing coronavirus vaccine. Mary Trump explains why she now thinks her uncle may run in 2024. Olympic swimming star sends scathing message to her woke high school teacher. Teen Olympian so stunned at winning silver she blurts out what the FK, on TV. Sydney McLaughlin breaks world record as she races to victory in 400-meter hurdles. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Wisconsin State Fair returns with precautions. Alabama neighborhood honors fallen officer. 2 to go to trial for shooting that killed 4. Churchill Downs now requires employee vaccines. Riverside Complex parking lot to reopen. Vikings have lowest vaccination rate in NFL. Pro skater Terry Kennedy charged in man's death. We are dying, local women urge black community to get vaccinated. Family fights for cruise refund following cancer diagnosis. 20-year-old man dies in kayaking accident. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Obama significantly scales back 60th birthday party as virus cases rebound. Cecily Strong is starting a new conversation. Passenger arrives taped to a seat and is charged with assaulting flight attendants. After uproar, Matt Damon tries to clarify comments on anti-gay slur. We're living in hell, inside Fresnillo, Mexico's most terrified city. Alex Azar, Americans need to get a COVID-19 vaccine. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Jamaica Olympian Elaine Thompson-Herah booted from Instagram over copyright violations. Texas Governor Abbott fires back after federal judge blocks executive order on migrant vehicles. Arthur Herman, How to Think Like a Viking in the Age of COVID. Meghan Markle turns 40, a look at how she went from TV star to Duchess of Sussex in just a decade. Jennifer Aniston admits she has lost some friends who didn't get the COVID vaccine, it's a real shame. American Pickers co-stars Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz are at odds, here's what you need to know. Ukraine Olympian Serhiy Kulish mistakenly shoots competitor's target in blunder. Obama scales back plans for 60th birthday party amid coronavirus concerns. Olympian Sam Mattis trying to build a better world through sport with ex-protest. Greece's entire artistic swimming team out of Olympics over coronavirus outbreak. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, August 4th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. NYC to require proof of vaccination for indoor dining, fitness and entertainment. TPC Southwind profile, a stiff challenge at WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational. Fourth stimulus check, are we any closer to another relief payment? You see the redemption and all they've been through, Rami Ma on VH1's My True Crime Story. Small drone hit 7 World Trade Center. Fantasy Football 2021 QB rankings, Mahomes still tops the list, but Allen close behind. Baseball report, 3 recently traded Cubs homer in debut. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Hero husband to the rescue, wife films moment family man catches bag snatcher on street. Fit and healthy man, 42, who rejected jab dies 4 weeks after catching COVID. With costs up to $2,868, it is now cheaper to buy a holiday car than hire one. 5-bedroom Kent farmhouse with its own lake said to be built for a prince goes for sale for 1.9 M. Naked groom taped to lamppost in stag do prank as petition launches for new Essex Christmas display. Decathlete Thomas van der Pleetsen injures leg in long jump run up and lands sideways in the sand. Father breaks down as he cradles casket of his 8-week-old son allegedly murdered by his mother. British boxer Ben Whittaker refuses to wear his silver medal on the podium and stuffs in his pocket. These bargain family activities will keep your kids busy this summer. Jack Grealish to complete 100 move to Man City today. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. U.S. conservatives yearn for Orban's Hungary. Indonesia surpasses 100,000 deaths amid new virus wave. Passenger trains collide in Czech Republic, killing 3. Pope resumes public audiences a month after major surgery. ASEAN ministers pick Brunei diplomat as envoy to Myanmar. Israeli army says it fires back after 3 rockets from Lebanon. Israel tightens restrictions on travelers from United States. 12 swabs and a blood test, flying around the world in the time of Delta. Wildfires blaze in Athens outskirts as Greece battles worst heat in 30 years. Belarus Olympian leaves Tokyo. IOC launches disciplinary hearings of country's officials. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Hive News. Vaccinated 3 times less likely to test positive. 220,000 children in England jabbed. Tokyo 2020 Olympics. GB sailing gold. World record for Sydney McLaughlin and more. Live. A perfect storm. Hawaii firefighters confront Big Island's largest wildfire in history. Colombian top general Mario Montoya faces murder charges in false positive scandal. Louis van Gaal named as Netherlands manager for 3rd time. Why don't you get a jab? Offspring drummer ousted after refusing COVID vaccine. If the U.S. really cared about freedom in Cuba, it would end its punishing sanctions. Helen Yaffe. U.S. too good for Australia with no sign of Olympic basketball streak ending. My partner cheated on me, then told me about the fantastic lover she found. Sport climbing's Olympics debut sends viewers scrambling for more. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Police officer, suspect killed in shooting, stabbing incident at Pentagon, sources. Sirens sound in northern Israel from possible rocket attack. 2 passenger trains collide in Czech Republic, dozens injured. Pope resumes public audiences month after major surgery. Short-handed U.S. advances to women's volleyball semifinals. Frontier flight attendants placed on leave after taping unruly passenger 2-seat. British Navy group, hijackers have left vessel off UAE coast. 5 police officers face criminal charges in hotel beating of black men. Department of Justice officials rejected colleagues' request to intervene in Georgia election, emails. Wall of ice collapses at Titanic Museum in Tennessee, 3 hurt. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Selena Gomez criticizes latest tasteless TV transplant joke. Delhi rape and murder, Indians protest over Dalit girl's forced cremation. Gunman attack home of Afghan defense minister in Kabul. Missouri governor pardons couple who pointed guns at protesters. MV Asphalt Princess, suspected hijackers leave ship off UAE. Belarus sprinter Kristina Timanovskaya flies out of Japan. China COVID, China targets school students to control case surge. Li Auto, China Tesla rival plans Hong Kong secondary listing. Simone Biles, Tokyo 2020 medalist on unique Olympic experience. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. The Delta variant is ripping through the unvaccinated and crowding hospitals in Florida, Texas. Schools implement mask mandates even as some states impose bans. U.S. reports 1 case every second. Live COVID-19 updates. Spirit Airlines flight woes enter 4th day as airline likens it to hurricane recovery. QAnon followers distance themselves from the movement's most bizarre conspiracy theories as they rebrand. How do I get into national parks for free? Just show up on these 2 days in August. Strong winds threaten to rip up biggest ever wildfire on Hawaii's Big Island. California blaze grows as temperatures rise. U.S. Navy charges 20-year-old sailor with setting fire that destroyed USS Bonhomme Richard last July, reports say. Cicadas may be done, but here come mites causing mysterious bites in the D.C. region. New York to become first major U.S. city to require vaccination proof for indoor activities. COVID-19 updates. Missouri Governor Mike Parson pardons St. Louis lawyer couple who waved guns at protesters. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. More text messages released involving Trevor Bauer and woman accusing him of sexual assault. Fresno County Summer Youth Camp suspended after rise in coronavirus cases. Water samples at Dockweiler State Beach return to state standards. Federal officials carefully reviewing allegations of bias and corruption inside LA Fire Department. As drought worsens, regulators impose unprecedented water restrictions on California farms. Rep. Karen Bass is being urged to run for LA mayor. She won't consider it at this time. After grisly injury, bear cub makes daring escape. Prosecution rests at Robert Durst murder trial. LA County considers requiring its 100,000 employees to show proof of vaccination. Pete Shabram, LA County supervisor and father of California's term limits, dies at 92. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Indonesia commits to South China Sea defense with US as India and Germany send warships to the region. Men who ejaculate at least 21 times a month slash their risk of prostate cancer by a third. Jeff Bezos is no longer the richest person on the planet after his net worth drops $13.9 billion in one day. There's a dead zone in the Gulf of Mexico this summer that's bigger than Connecticut. Victoria hits Donut Day as it records 0 new local COVID cases. Third day of protests in Delhi over alleged rape of 9-year-old girl. Belarus Olympian heads for Poland after refusing to return home. Florida won't put any state money into the parent company of Ben & Jerry's unless it reverses the decision to stop selling ice cream in the Israeli-occupied West Bank and contested East Jerusalem. Groups representing doctors, nurses call for mandatory vaccination of healthcare workers. Afghans chant Allahu Akbar in defiant protests against Taliban. God is greatest has become a cry of defiance for anti-Taliban protesters as group assaults major Afghan cities. Taliban retreat follows public uprising in Herat, Afghanistan. Panic buying and transport lockdowns. In Wuhan, it feels like early pandemic again. Ghana's proposed bill would make same-sex affection punishable by years of prison. Footage of IDF shooting of 12-year-old Palestinian casts doubt Israeli army's account. BC nonprofit challenges Health Canada to end 50-year prohibition on magic mushrooms. The next headlines are from Forbes. NYC rock star butcher shutters as staff walks over removal of BLM pride signs. Philinvest right to proceed with IPO as Del Monte Philippines defers maiden share sale again. FC Barcelona to receive La Liga cash oxygen tank to confirm new Messi contract and sign players. FC Barcelona vs RB Salzburg preview, team news and starting lineup. FC Barcelona may have found a buyer for Filipe Coutinho. FC Barcelona want to announce new Lionel Messi contract tomorrow. Belarusian sprinter Kristina Tsimanowskaya flies to Austria in latest twist to Olympic diplomatic saga. Japan earns third skateboarding gold medal of Olympics with Sakura Suzumi's women's park win. Biden-backed Shontel Brown defeats progressive Nina Turner in Ohio Democratic primary. Iranian proxies accused of maritime hijacking in Strait of Hormuz. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COVID vaccine enthusiasm, astronomy bullies and an enzyme chip. Why sports concussions are worse for women. The hunt for red fluorescent proteins. Cash payments in Africa could boost vaccine uptake. Declare how you are limiting your environmental impact. From the archive. India cyclones, hasten mitigation measures. Genomics of African American remains, limits must not compound inequity. Wildfire smoke creates brighter clouds, and weather changes. Surprise dip in UK COVID cases baffles researchers. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,722,603,269 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Apple's Coda wins Sundance Film Festival, London BIFA Award, Global Bulletin. Myanmar's Maung San attends Locarno, Ma Ying faces jail exclusive. Locarno, Open Doors projects tackle Southeast Asian taboos, tread line between art house and genre cinema. Sony Group delivers profit growth as SPIA Games earnings retreat. Selena Gomez calls out tasteless kidney transplant reference on The Good Fight. As Croc DJ Cod Corbett exits, she reflects on 2 decades at the station and the struggles facing alternative radio. CNN tamps down coverage of investigation into NY Governor Andrew Cuomo during his brother's show. How the VFX team behind Marvel's Loki brought Miss Minutes to life. Offspring drummer says he's been booted from band for not getting vaccinated. Head to the beach in style with Pink Floyd-inspired towels. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Frontier Airlines passenger taped to seat after allegedly groping, assaulting crew. One medical employees say concierge care provider is putting profits over patients. The Taliban say they've changed, experts aren't buying it and fear for Afghanistan. Once again, banned Russians raise questions about doping at the Olympics. To save a huge, 24-armed sea creature, scientists become loving foster parents. U.S. takes Olympic gold and silver in the fastest women's 400-meter hurdle race ever. Shontel Brown edges Nina Turner in Ohio Democratic U.S. House primary. A report found the NCAA undervalues women's basketball, prioritizes men's teams. Spirit and American Airlines canceled hundreds of flights, frustrating passengers. Missouri's governor pardons the St. Louis lawyers who waved guns at BLM protesters. The following headlines are from The Week. Biden's eviction moratorium is a microcosm of his presidency. Biden urges to GOP governors to please help fight COVID-19 spread or at least get out of the way. How the Wasps won by losing. Pentagon police officer, assailant killed in murky altercation that briefly shut down the Pentagon. The Daily Show puts a cheeky Cuomo spin on New York City's new COVID-19 indoor vaccination requirement. Federal judge blocks Texas governor's order for state troopers to halt migrant transports. California teen invents new type of fire extinguisher to protect homes. Extreme heat in Pacific Northwest ruined crops of sweet onions, devastating small farmers. Shontel Brown defeats Nina Turner in Democratic primary for Ohio House seat. The Democratic governors of 4 New York adjacent states jointly call on Cuomo to resign. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. 2 years after Walmart mass shooting, El Paso leaders see inaction and betrayal by Texas officials. Samantha Montano has disaster vision. The next headlines are from Universe Today. NASA is going ahead with a hopping lander to explore the lunar surface. 2 bizarre red asteroids somehow migrated from the Kuiper Belt all the way to the main asteroid belt. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, August 4th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Moon and Gemini stars at dawn August 5th and 6th. The Mediterranean heat wave goes on. Parhelix circle and 2 halos over Alberta, Canada. A 1967 solar storm nearly caused a nuclear war. See Mirror the Wonderful at its brightest. The next news is from Politico. Ohio primary results for House special elections. Poll, public opinion of Supreme Court sags over past year. Chaos and confusion, back to school turns ugly as Delta rages. The Soleimani assassination was supposed to weaken Iraqi militias. Instead, they're flexing their muscles. Biden keeps the progressive wonks at bay. Senate nears pivotal 60-vote threshold for scrapping Iraq war authorizations. Establishment prevails as Brown beats Turner in Ohio special election. Rep. Billy Long launches Missouri Senate campaign after meeting with Trump. Trump-backed Kerry wins GOP nod in Ohio special election. Key senator may sink Biden's point man on guns. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Fortescue holds off closing Pilbara mine site after contractors' COVID-19 scare. Australian News Live, NSW records 233 new local COVID-19 cases, Queensland records 17 new cases. Yarraville Coles listed as exposure site after Hobson's Bay teacher tests positive to COVID-19. Australia bounce back for team pursuit bronze, Italy break world record to win gold. Full list, Logan Hyperdome and an Indooroopilly gym among new exposure sites. Banks square up to Afterpay and Apple in payments fight. Tencent boss Pony Ma loses $19 billion in rout, more than Jack Ma. Giants extend deadline for Kelly to make his call. My Olympics first Zai, 10 bouquets in 1 brickbat. Tokyo Olympics live updates, Opal's campaign is over, sailing gold for Australia, bronze at the Velodrome. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Brett Aarons is raw, get rich, live longer. Peter Morici, how about genuine reform of capital gains tax rates? Livability, bourbon lovers, wander these off-the-beaten-path bars, distilleries and restaurants on northern Kentucky's back roads. NerdWallet, go early, plan ahead, pack light, how to travel in a mad world. Next Avenue, have I left the best of me behind, why you need an elevator pitch for retirement. Market snapshot, following record high finish, U.S. stock futures ease as traders await ADP payrolls figures. The tell, as China stocks have struggled, short sellers have stayed away. America's funeral homes find new life hosting weddings, concerts and comedy shows. Biden tells governors opposing masks to help or get out of the way. FDA aims for full approval of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine by Labor Day, report. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Aussies decide that AI can invent stuff, Fudzilla. Twisted genius behind viral sensation unnecessary inventions, Fast Company. Global luxury jewelry market growth to spur with increasing innovations and inventions, the Monomet Current. The Edge, the best ways to spend some of the billions in Biden's big jobs proposal, subject line below is just proposed for now, the Chronicle of Higher Education. Global dispersants market growth to spur with increasing innovations and inventions, the Monomet Current. Outmaneuver the competition with accelerated patent prosecution, Bloomberg Law. NFT and copyright, does the piece fit the puzzle, intellectual property, India, Mondak News alerts. Our community tour Gladstone, Webster Marble and his long-lasting impact on the outdoors, WJMN, upmatters.com. Game controller company seeks $6.50 fee in Scorched Earth Row, Law 360. With good support, even young engineers can file patents, Times of India. The next headlines are from Quartz. Wearable technology is changing the way Olympic athletes train. Why it's not nearly enough that Germany is returning Nigeria's looted Benin bronzes. Evictions halted, Toyota's hot streak, happy city mice. Millions are again under lockdown in China because of the Delta variant. Dangerous games. The federal infrastructure bill is a big win for U.S. cities. Tyson Foods, once riddled with COVID-19, is now requiring vaccinations. No shots fired. The best startup ideas have multiple paths to success. The IOC is investigating 2 Chinese medalists who wore Chairman Mao pins. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Biden warns that the next kinetic war will be the result of a cyber attack, which is stupid. Oklahoma deputies steal $141,500 from men trying to buy land, manage to make $10,000 of it disappear. Telecom lobbyists easily weaken language in bipartisan broadband infrastructure bill. President of France sues citizen over billboard comparing Macron to Hitler. Social network GETTR, which promised to support free speech, now full of Islamic State jihadi propaganda. Daily Deal, the 2021 complete all-in-one Adobe Creative Cloud Suite course bundle. Canadian government continues its war on internet freedom with new online harms legislation. Cell phones still somehow get the entirety of the blame for teen depression. Biden's infrastructure bill shouldn't undermine cryptocurrency infrastructure in the process. Israel, ice cream, trademarks, this year's dumbest controversy results in trademark skullduggery. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Versus. Suni Lee. Sky Brown. Nina Turner. Tamara Mensa-Stock. Jeff Gladney. Kendrick Nunn. NYC vaccine mandate. Steph Curry. Tree Young. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Chinese casino hub Macau orders mass testing and closure of most venues to combat cluster of COVID-19 infections. Chelsea fans react to 110 million raid for Lukaku as pursuit could end hopes of landing Holland. Psychological warfare, Iran blasts Western and Saudi reports blaming it for hijacking UAE tanker. Russia will be world's leading blue hydrogen exporter by 2030, Gazprom. The U.S. has no right to lecture Russia over Crimea while it wholeheartedly backs Israel's illegal occupation of Syria's territory. Taliban claims responsibility for deadly attack on Afghan defense minister's residence. Skateboard star Sky Brown makes history for Britain with Tokyo bronze at age 13, but even younger Japanese rival finishes higher. As U.S. eviction moratorium expires, will millions of Americans be thrown out of their homes? RT's Boombust wants to know. Troubled ship off UAE coast is safe after boarders leave, UK Navy agency says amid reports about Iranian hijacking. Unknown assailant threatens to detonate grenade in Ukrainian cabinet building as security officers plead with him to stand down. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Goldman finally gives in, says it will bump first-year analyst pay to $110,000. Clarkson, communist government advisors want to lock us down forever. Biden took an oath to uphold the Constitution, not violate it, Turley opines on CDC's revised eviction moratorium. Top U.S. negotiator now has increasing doubts Iran nuclear deal is possible. Sweden, despite variants, no lockdowns, no daily COVID deaths. Police open murder probe after Belarusian opposition activist found hanged at Kiev Park. Editor-in-chief of Germany's top newspaper apologizes for fear-driven COVID coverage. A new state of segregation, vaccine cards are just the beginning. San Diego to ban ghost gun kit sales. Why Americans no longer trust the Biden administration. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Barbie debuts doll in likeness of UK COVID-19 vaccine developer. Dalit girl allegedly raped, killed and forcibly cremated in India. Governor pardons US couple who waved guns at BLM protesters. Tunisia's president fires ambassador to US, governor of Sfax. Japan's Yasuzumi wins battle of teens for Olympic skateboarding. The African Union, Israel and the futility of appeasement. Claims of bias against aid workers in Tigray dangerous, says UN. China's Alibaba misses revenue estimates on the back of crackdown. Afghan families flee homes in South and the Taliban advance, live. Sudan takes first step towards joining International Criminal Court. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Missouri Governor Mike Parson pardons Mark and Patricia McCloskey. DeSantis on lockdowns, we're not shutting down, schools will open, we're protecting every Floridian job. CNN's Cuomo opens show by ignoring brother, criticizing FLNTX and saying vaxxed have had rights infringed upon by unvaxxed. Report, Biden planning to give Johnson & Johnson vaccine to border crossers. Vote to remove Gavin Newsom within margin of error, Hispanics favor recall. DHS Mayorkas dangles TPS amnesty for 6 million migrant Venezuelans. Cori Bush forces Joe Biden reversal after Socialist Democrats demand evictions moratorium. Albany County to source, Gov Cuomo under criminal investigation. Antony Blinken expands refugee eligibility to more Afghans as Taliban intensifies violence. De Blasio, Cuomo should face criminal charges and needs to be impeached as quickly as possible. The next headlines are from UPI News. South Carolina woman wins $50,000 lottery prize on her birthday. Watch, Brazen Bear opens car door in California courthouse parking lot. Watch, police rescue a possum tangled in cables atop utility pole. 450,000 bees removed from inside walls of Pennsylvania home. Watch, New Jersey parents welcome set of rare identical triplets. Watch, cat runs onto the field during Yankees-Orioles game in New York. Woman reunited with class ring lost 29 years earlier. Look, emu on the loose in Ohio County. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. 5 classy Olympic moments that should win a gold medal for inspiration. PG&E says it will bury 10,000 miles of power lines to reduce California fire risk. Israeli woman donates her kidney to a 3-year-old Palestinian boy in Gaza. The first amateur astronomer to ever discover a new moon, and it's orbiting Jupiter. Spent 3 weeks at a luxury hotel as their photographer chasing northern lights. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, August 4th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man claiming to be Jesus stabs 3 in home near Pittsburgh. Beckham shows united front as he reveals, I do see myself as Jewish. Server fired for refusing to serve teens alcohol. Titanic Museum iceberg wall collapses, injuring 3 visitors. Your Facebook account was hacked. Getting help may take weeks. Facebook users buying Oculus VR headsets to get customer service prioritization. Bear runs into Gatlinburg restaurant then meanders along the sidewalk beside visitors. The $27.85 beer, high-flying prices at airports spur Port Authority concessions audit order. A 2-headed sea turtle hatchling was found on a South Carolina beach. 3 injured after iceberg wall collapses at Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge. Priest sews his lips together in desperation over climate crisis. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. DHL wants to build the world's first electric air cargo network. What are dark patterns, and how do they affect you? Facebook reportedly wants to securely mine your encrypted data to target ads. Oppo's under-screen camera is better now, but only in a prototype phone. Uber requires non-disclosure agreement before helping carjack driver. WhatsApp's View Once feature for photos and videos is here. Focal Solo 6B review. These beautiful studio monitors create a massive soundstage. Spotify tests super cheap subscription plan that's got some perks, but still has ads. Why Twitter wants ethical hackers to fix its algorithmic biases. From cybersecurity to the cloud, these IT learning course packages are all available for under $30. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Early molten moon's deep secrets. How landscapes of fear affect the songbirds in our backyards. Hey, do you have a second? The upside of workplace interruptions. An overactive sweet tooth may spell trouble for our cellular power plants. New approach opens window into life below the seafloor. State of the science on western wildfires, forests and climate change. Running quantum software on a classical computer. After 60 years, scientists find the missing link in our body's blood pressure control. Emperor penguins increasingly threatened by climate change. New study details enzyme that allows coronavirus to resist antiviral medications. The next headlines are from Information Week. Why entrusted core dev needs to low-code no-code. In the age of telework, protection is prerequisite. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, August 4th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The Triple Team, Trent Forrest shines, Udoka Azubuike stands tall in Day 1 of Salt Lake City Summer League. Hassan Whiteside joining Utah Jazz for veterans minimum to be the backup center. CDC issues new eviction ban for most of U.S. through October 3rd. Construction delays have forced a Utah high school to start classes online. Utah Jazz adding Rudy Gay, losing George Niang in free agency. Want to attend Sundance in 2022? Get vaccinated first, the film festival director says. Over 82% of intensive care unit beds full as Utah's hospitals are once again stretched to capacity by COVID patients. Doctor pleads for mask mandate for schools as Utah reports 5 more COVID-19 deaths. An Ogden single mom lost half her work hours during COVID-19, then, payday lenders nearly drove her to despair. Bagley cartoon, a knack for anti-vaccine. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Totally new idea suggests longer days on early Earth sets stage for complex life. What if highways were electric? Germany is testing the idea. Study, which countries will best survive a collapse? UK considers blocking Nvidia takeover of ARM over security. Theranos patience, the emerging wild card in the trial of Elizabeth Holmes. Google Chrome 2 no longer shows secure website indicators. AMD Ryzen 5000 G series launches with integrated graphics at value price points. NYC will require vaccines for entry to restaurants and gyms. Requirement can be met with an app. Google will kill off very old versions of Android next month. Proposed federal standard would require cars to prevent or limit operation by impaired drivers. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. An officer went down after a shooting on McKinley Bridge. Belleville to buy Lindenwood campus for $3 million. City once sold property for $1. Belleville Ho continues fighting solar panels despite new Illinois law. Voters approve St. Louis Community College upgrades with Prop R. Contact 2, restaurants navigate pandemic-fueled labor shortage. Pritzker to announce new COVID protocols Wednesday. Fire safety proposition fails in Warrenton. You paid for it. Street project in East St. Louis took over a year to complete. St. Louis area August 3rd election results. St. Louis County Council meets Tuesday after mask mandate temporarily halted. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Hit-and-run driver swat in crash that injured National City police officer. Police seek 2 men accused of assaulting woman in Mission Beach. Migrants welcome COVID-19 vaccination efforts at Tijuana campsite. Chlorine shortage causing some pools to close in San Diego County. Deadline nears for public comment on an AVWAR redevelopment project. San Diego County's Democratic, Republican officials discuss California recall election. Residents battle heat wave ahead of planned power outages. Sports arena property declared surplus land in step toward redevelopment. CDC issues new eviction ban for most of U.S. through October 3rd. City seeks emergency closure of La Jolla Sea Lion Rookery. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army National Guard fields new compact sniper system. Russia finally showed its new Zemlya mine system in action. Russian airborne troops receives new armored vehicles. Road to the Future, Bell unveils VDOL aircraft concepts. Turkmenistan showcases newly acquired Leonardo's M346 combat aircraft. Buy Systems develops advanced version of APKWS guidance kits. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Delta outbreaks in Beijing and Wuhan prompt China's strictest COVID-19 control measure since 2020. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Current COVID case data would put Alameda County in purple tier of old reopening plan. Man struck by alleged drunk driver in SF's Potrero Hill neighborhood. Lawmakers consider requiring proof of vaccination to eat indoors in San Francisco. Iceberg wall collapse injures 3 at Titanic Museum. San Francisco administers supplemental COVID-19 vaccines. San Jose Unified requires masks for students, teachers. Voluntary land tax paid to tribal organization in Alameda. Let them breathe. Parents advocate against masks for students in Danville. Right to freedom. East Bay bowling alley not enforcing mask mandate. Contra Costa County to offer COVID vaccinations at National Night Out. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Sony's profits gain on Demon Slayer. Digital camera demand. Aston Villa signs Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. Serbia rallies to reach semifinals by ousting China 77-70. Together at last, Carmelo joins LeBron's Lakers to seek ring. Elburn baby's death ruled a homicide. British Navy group, potential hijack of ship off UAE coast. Mariners beat Rays for the 6th straight game this season. 2 suspects in W. Dundee Road Rage murder case arrested. National Night Out draws big crowd in Elgin. Schaumburg, Rolling Meadows celebrate National Night Out. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle 2021 primary election results for mayor, city attorney, more. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Hilda 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Lupa 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 1421. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 22.59 km, in Vanuatu April 8, 2021, 5:55 UTC, no people within 100 km. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Ignacio 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria, Togo. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, August 4th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Here's when some of you could get a break in the humidity. Biden chides Republican governors who resist COVID-19 vaccine rules. Olive Hastings standout goes from dominating soccer to taking over football. Victim of catalytic converter theft, this man may have a fix for you. Texans have reached critical moment in COVID-19 fight, doctors say. Business is booming in Houston's East End and here's why. Bolivar Peninsula fisherman reels in 110-inch shark, you've got to be half crazy. 2 more Houston lawmakers arrested in D.C. during March for voting rights. Dual surge, Houston doctors see increase in children hospitalizations due to COVID-19 and RSV. Obama scales back 60th birthday celebration due to COVID concerns, NIT. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Japan to limit hospital care as COVID-19 cases hit new high. Trypophobia-inducing bubble milk tea shocks Taiwanese. World stocks mixed on Delta variant risks. Wildfires burned for a 7th day in coastal areas of Turkey. Olympics latest, Britain wins gold in two-person dinghy. Sport climbing Thundra screams his way to top. Crews race to contain fire near Athens after thousands flee. Macau orders closure of entertainment venues, mass testing. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. 5 takeaways from the bombshell investigation of Cuomo's sexual misconduct. Cops can now sue for harassment in Nassau County. President Biden calls for Cuomo to resign, as governor denies wrongdoing. NYC phases out positivity rate for COVID decisions, just as the CDC says it's useful. AG investigation finds Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women. Early edition, Matt Damon doesn't know when to stop. NYC to require vaccinations for indoor dining, gyms and other venues. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Multilateral peace operations in 2020, developments and trends. Beirut youth rebuild the Lebanese capital, brick by brick. UN chief welcomes historic IMF liquidity boost for governments in need. Afghanistan, UN mission demands end to fighting as Taliban advance. Iraq, put torture prevention laws into practice, urges Bachelet. UN chief underlines commitment to justice for Yazidis in Iraq. Daphne Caruana Galizia's family hope lessons are learned to protect investigative journalists. 700 plus healthcare workers and patients killed in attacks on facilities, WHO. Suburban living the worst for carbon emissions, new research. Central banks must address pandemic challenges. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. I'm going to rape you like I raped my daughter, George Soros' right-hand man Howard Rubin accused of sexually abusing 6 women. 4th police officer who responded to Capitol riot dies of suicide. The Pentagon is experimenting with using artificial intelligence to see days in advance. Israel's director of public health stuns TV viewers with statement that 50% of new COVID cases are among fully vaccinated. NYC orders restaurants and gyms to demand proof of vaccination for all mall customers. Californians sign hoax petition to arrest and jail people who refuse COVID vaccinations. Billionaires segregate themselves on luxury private islands as ordinary people told they cannot travel. Designing humans for fun and profit. Biden, there's no wall high enough or ocean wide enough to keep us safe from the vaccine tilt malfunction contact administrator. The cryptocurrency surveillance provision buried in the infrastructure bill is a disaster for digital privacy. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Cuomo urged to resign after probe finds he harassed 11 women. DeSantis won't move on masks as Florida COVID word swell. An airborne turtle crashed through car windshield in Florida. Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer tease mystery movie project. Minor owl tiff caught on doorbell cam. Officer dead, suspect killed in violence outside Pentagon. Springsteen makes Olympic debut, falls short in qualifier. Did Jeffrey Toobin comment on Cuomo scandal? The Machine release date, details teased by Bert Kreischer. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Obama reportedly scales back 60th birthday party due to Delta surge. Athenians told to stay inside as wildfires cloud city skies. U.S. women's hoops team rolls past Australia to reach semis. Yankees' Jameson Taillon looks to stabilize COVID-riddled rotation. Yankees' Stephen Ridings thrives out of bullpen in MLB debut. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Snapshot Eye, looking at a peculiar piece of the universe. Galileo project to search for alien artifacts hiding in the solar system. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Emperor penguins may be listed as threatened due to climate change. Biden asks governors to help fight COVID surge or get out of the way. Alabama doctor on COVID surge amid low vaccination rate. China to test entire population of Wuhan for COVID as virus re-emerges. Boeing scrubs launch of Starliner capsule to space station. Light spotted behind black hole for first time, proving Einstein right. COVID is not done with us, CDC warns, as Delta variant spreads. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. 2 new ways to find aliens, according to a Nobel Prize winner. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. COVID-19 cases surge 84% among children and teens in U.S. over the last week. Cuomo sexually harassed several women, oversaw toxic workplace, bombshell AG report finds. New York Assembly Speaker Heastie says Cuomo can no longer remain in office, expediting impeachment probe. Pioneering black journalist Glenn Ford, founder of Black Agenda Report and outspoken Obama critic, dies age 71. Protests over rape and murder of 9-year-old girl in India go on for 3rd straight day. Cuomo defends himself in face of bombshell sexual harassment report. Angry NYC residents react to Cuomo's rejection of harassment charges by 11 women. I think he should step down. Biden calls on Cuomo to resign over sexual harassment allegations in major blow to governor. FBI used female staffers' photos for undercover stings, watchdog finds. IKEA creates candle with Swedish meatball scent. The following headlines are from military.com. Afghan official, acting defense minister targeted in attack. Navy's personnel boss says getting rid of photos in promotion boards hurt diversity. Lawmakers debate repealing Saddam-era war measures on Iraq. Lawmaker offers glimpse inside Fort Lee's temporary home for Afghan allies and their families. Pentagon withholding details on attack that reportedly claimed officer's life. Navy's new Tridon drone getting close to taking over for older patrol aircraft. A year after doctors said he wouldn't be allowed to commission, Air Force Academy graduate joins the Space Force. Pentagon on lockdown after shooting near metro station. Tanks but no tanks, German find for World War II weapons arsenal. Taliban take much of provincial capital in South Afghanistan. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. New cannabis licensees in Illinois face David versus Goliath fight against industry giants. R. Kelly attorney to remain on federal case in New York after medical issue prompts travel concern. International artist promotes peace with new mural in Logan Square. I know about the pain that people feel. Oversight agency releases video of fatal July police shooting in East Garfield Park. Police fatally shoot a man in July in East Garfield Park. 3 shot in Linwood bar fight, village mayor says. With a U-Haul full of medical supplies, San Antonio family comes to Chicago to help others. Commentary, your mask probably isn't making you happy, but here are 7 that will. Chicago won't require vaccine passports like New York for now, but we'll be watching to see how this plays out, health commissioner says. Victim of weekend Round Lake drowning identified. The following headlines are from FIS.org. New study exposes big differences amongst Amazonian countries in their rates of forest recovery as well as deforestation. Protecting port fortune, scientists pinpoint how to manage sediment to prevent land loss and improve hurricane prepared. New report, State of the Science on Western Wildfires, Forests and Climate Change. Near atomic look at 3 ways to thwart SARS-CoV-2 variants. With drones and bananas, China coaxes wayward elephants home. German startups launch mini rocket challenge to SpaceX and company. This year's summer of climate extremes hits wealthier places. Thick smoke over Athens as suburbs battle wildfires. How chemical reactions compute. Cracking one more layer of genetic code will finally enable personalized medicine, researcher says. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, August 4th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Fermented foods, Japan's secret to good health. Kratom, what does science say about the controversial botanical? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Hayashi's 3 lifts Japan into semis, ousting Belgium 86-85. Punching out of it, USA Boxing has Olympic revival in Tokyo. Italy rallies past Denmark for dramatic team pursuit gold. A restrictive Olympics has reminders of NBA, WNBA bubbles. Canada, Sweden ask for time change for Olympic women's final. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, August 4th, 2021. Word game, August 4th, 2021. Horoscopes August 4th, 2021, Meghan Markle, embrace adversity. Ask Amy, a stranger saw what I texted about her, and things got out of hand. Harriet Cole, I'm not taken seriously because I'm 5'2". Miss Manners, my neighbor tried to shoo me out of my own driveway. Dear Abby, my husband hasn't a clue how to care for his baby, but I'm not going to help. Brianna Stewart, U.S. women crush Australia to reach Olympic semifinals. U.S. baseball team beats Dominican Republic to keep gold medal hopes alive. Pleasant Hill police investigate shooting as a homicide. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Austin William Lands of Georgia identified as Pentagon attack suspect. Nina Turner defeated by Chantal Brown in Ohio primary. Laverne Gore wins GOP primary for open U.S. House seat in Ohio. Peter Kursanow blasts Portland's discriminatory plan to give $2 million to artists of color. Federal judge blocks Texas troopers from stopping migrant transports. DHS says released border migrants are generally tested for COVID-19. Biden officials back AUMF repeal ahead of Senate panel vote. Mark and Patricia McCloskey pardoned by Missouri governor. Inside the Beltway, diversity officers make their mark. GOP senators move to prevent Biden's $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill from benefiting China. The next headlines are from The Intercept. EPA whistleblowers say managers bully them to approve dangerous chemicals. Leaked audio shows pressure to overrule scientists in hair on fire cases. Despite promises for global climate justice, Biden falls short in helping reduce poorer countries' emissions. Bipartisan infrastructure bill includes $25 billion in potential new subsidies for fossil fuels. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Teen girl killed in hit-and-run crash in Hermosa. Analyzing the highs and lows of Bears training camp. Menu planner, pecan-crusted tilapia with Italian salsa hits the spot. 2 killed, 11 wounded, in shootings Tuesday in Chicago. Man fatally shot after argument in Lawndale, police. 3 wounded in shooting in Humboldt Park. Horoscope for Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. Zach Davis gets shelled in Cubs loss to Rockies. Dylan Cease strikes out 11 in White Sox 7-1 victory over Royals. 81-year-old man critically wounded in Hermosa shooting. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Wrestler Ravi Dahya storms into Olympic final. No call from Biden, PAC reminds U.S. of options. 2021 Tata Tiago NRG launched at R6.46 lakh. Corona letter, will we ever know the real COVID toll? Industrial versus Ang Hive, Bumrah gets burns in first over. India's first indigenous aircraft carrier begins sea trials. Apple iPhone users get WhatsApp's You Once feature. How coronavirus changed dating apps. Hive, Sensex, Nifty hit record closing highs. 9 not to miss security settings in your Android phone. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Bronze for Biles on balance beam. As school year nears, Fort Bend County raises COVID threat level. Ishida dance comes to the match. Particular brilliance, Keelan. Texans practice Tuesday without Deshaun Watson. Things to do, listen to Back to Blue by Clay Melton. Meet Long River Sessions. 19 players are locked to make 2021 Texans roster. Houston's Weird Safari House. The next headlines are about world records making news. McLaughlin edges Mohammed for gold in Battle of World Record Hurdlers, Reg.com. Tokyo Rewind American sets world record in track final, busy day for Yuga athletes 1-1alive.com WXIA. Italy sets world record in team pursuit cycling to stun Denmark, NBC Olympics. Climbing Poland's Miroslav takes women's speed lead, nearly matches world record, Reuters. How Sydney McLaughlin beat her own world record to win gold, The New York Times. Tokyo Rewind, August 3rd, American sets world record in track final, Biles wins beam bronze, CBS News 8. U.S. runner McLaughlin wins women's 400 hurdles with new world record at Tokyo Olympics, Xinhua English News CN, Xinhua. It's bullshit, controversy erupts over insane world record at Olympics, Yahoo Sport Australia. Tokyo 2020 Olympics, 400 hurdles, gymnastics and cycling, as it happened, The Guardian. Mondo Duplantis fails to break world record but strolls to pole vault gold, The Guardian. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. German man fined after Nazi-era tank discovered in garage. Citizen launches a $20 service you can call to call the cops. How did Palpatine survive after Return of the Jedi? Google is finally killing off a decade-old version of Android. Brotherhood of the Wolf is still the greatest French historical epic martial arts monster movie ever made. Zoe Saldana is making a space opera anime for Crunchyroll. Someone, please explain the metaverse to Jim Cramer. Frontier Airlines attendants put on paid leave after duct-taping violent passenger two-seat. Biologists have been vastly underestimating giraffes' social skills. Lazar Wolf tried to warn everyone about the moon. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Colinas do Tocantins in Brazil at 125.24 degrees Fahrenheit or 51.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University Wi-ID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. The State Department and 3 other U.S. agencies are needy for cybersecurity. Shareholders sue Activision Blizzard for withholding harassment info. Amazon's anti-union conduct made free election impossible, NLRB officer finds. Apple begins selling Touch ID-equipped Magic Keyboard, new Mac Pro GPUs. Department of Justice repatriates looted dream of Gilgamesh tablet, other artifacts to Iraq. If YouTube's algorithms radicalize people, it's hard to tell from the data. After a COVID-free year, Delta arrives in Wuhan, China. NASA science chief says it's okay to be worried or terrified about web. Awful transaction and timing, AT&T finally ditches DirecTV. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Senator Harry Reid tells the government to continue studying UFOs after landmark report leaves more questions. Rep. Cori Bush's hometown newspaper humiliated after saying her protest won't change political reality. Arizona Republicans discovered what the national GOP did. There's no safe way out of Trump world, columnist. Tragically nutty Ron DeSantis hammered by Florida mayor for letting people die just to show off to this base. Man who went viral for groping flight attendants won award from college frat for being a perfect role model, report. Just get the shot, CNN reporter exasperated by anti-vax pastor's logic-free rants. Damning CNN supercut shames Fox News for mocking Capitol cops' trauma after 2 more officers die by suicide. GOP Attorney General group takes big financial hit over ties to Capitol riot as corporate donors flee, report. Yet another bogus claim made by Trump-backed Arizona auditors just went down in flames. Texas Abbott likely violated the Constitution with his recent executive order, Judge. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. How unemployment insurance fraud exploded during the pandemic. An anti-tobacco hero's complicated legacy. You know evictions are coming when court deputies get vaccinated en masse. 2 Olympians share gold for the first time in high jump history. Explosive report finds Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women and retaliated against at least one victim. Can hard drives be recycled? Google is trying to find out. A top Georgia high school has everything, except COVID precautions. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The truth about the quietest town in America, Wired. Worth watching, Simone Biles at the Olympics, HBO's Obama documentary, Pray Away and UFOs on Netflix, Buffalo News. Future space travel might require mushrooms, Scientific American. Commentary, the future will be weirder than we think, The Bulletin. UFO hunting, with Harvard data, astrophysicist advocates for scientific investigation, WGBH.org. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Mimicking brain functions with graphene diamond junctions, Mirage News. Bierst-independent ERK signaling reduces anxiety-like and conditioned fear-related behaviors in mice, Science. 2 key neurotransmitters linked to math ability, Medical News Today. Gem sparkles at their ischemic stroke drug discovery target, BioWorld Online. Pediatric MRI market driven by Champagne Imaging, Hyperfine, Neoscan Solutions, Hamilton Medical, Aspect Imaging, OpenPR. Aptinix to participate in 2021 Wedbush PacGrow Healthcare Virtual Conference, Business Wire. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, August 4th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Search for evidence of alien visitation, the Galileo Project. UFO chases family UFO Chronicle 1973. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.